I'm just excited about all the things that could possibly go wrong.
Oh, good morning, BBs.
Oh, good morning, BBs. Hi, it's good to see you.
Oh, it is too early.
It is too early, and we're happy you're here.
Welcome to the first, best, and only morning show in existence. I'm Anthony Carboni.
I'm Saige Ryan.
And you think there isn't news?
On a Wednesday?
think-
Wednesday, June 2nd at exactly 8 a.m.?
You think on Wednesday, June 2nd at exactly 8 a.m. there's no news? Let me tell you something. All the news dropped at 7:58.
It sure did, and we've got it, which means you haven't even heard about it yet. We have secret news.
You can't tell anyone about this news. It's just between us.
We need you to take what you hear on this show to your grave
Commit it to memory,
today and every day.
and then eat the microfilm that we hand you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Eat the stream.
You have to eat the stream so no one knows.
You will not be highlighting the spot. That might just be because I forget.
Highlight a VOD.
Hey, everybody. It's also June 2nd. It is our first show of new month.
New month.
Wow. Descending further and further
Hey,
into a year.
Do you know what's cool is we're halfway through 2021. I'm terrified. I'm terrified about mortality and time's arrow moving ever forward and entropy. Why is it halfway through 2021? Somebody write to your congressman. This is inappropriate.
Maybe Anthony would be a little less terrified of the ever-moving arrow of time if we had money for snacks and sugar breakfast after the show on these days. So there is a donation goal. This donation goal will run all freaking month. So
All freaking month.
I'm just going to make it so the text is a little more readable.
Make it a little more readable.
That's what I'm doing. I'm on it.
Great. You know, you may be wondering, Saige and Anthony, the fuck is this money for? Sugar breakfast? Yeah, sugar breakfast.
Yeah, mostly sugar breakfast. Hi, we do this show 3 days a week. We do not make any money by doing so. Things like your subs are so appreciated. They help support the channel, but they keep the channel running. They keep us doing things like paying to have emails and websites and the Adobe suite.
Let me tell you something about these subs. The Beezy sees half of it.
Sure does.
The company sees the other half of it. And your boy goes home without a sugar breakfast.
The donations go directly to sugar breakfast.
Can't get enough of that sugar breakfast. Sugar breakfast. Do you remember those commercials about the sugar breakfast?
Of course.
I'm sorry to start the show with an existential rant.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
He's
I've been up for a while.
Yeah, of course.
I panic is my religion, and much like the devout Muslims facing Mecca 5 times a day for prayer, I have 5 existential crises throughout the day. My first one happens around 8 a.m.
No, I don't have anxiety. I'm just excited about the possibilities of what could go wrong.
It's very exciting. Now, we're going to move on from that. And we're going to move on to this news. There's a lot of good news.
Yeah.
A lot of good news. Okay.
Yeah, we got to start with what happened. What was just announced this morning. It was at 10 a.m. Eastern.
We
So
got a few
our time.
Nintendos.
Exactly 8 a.m., I'm sure.
That would have been 7.
Time was broken.
7.
That's why I said 10:13 is exactly 8 a.m.
Oh, 10:13. No, 10:13 is 8 a.m.
Thank you all.
10 a.m. is 7 a.m.
We appreciate you. Thank you. Yes. 10 a.m. is 7 a.m., but 10:13 is exactly 8 a.m. when we tell the news.
If you're not 5 minutes early, you're late.
Exactly.
And if you buy 3 pairs of shoes, they last 5 times as long as if you buy 2 pairs of shoes. Think about that.
There you go.
Now, there's a lot of Nintendo news. We love a Nintendo news.
Oh, we do.
I would say I love about 2/3 of this Nintendo news that we have today.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna start you up here, everybody. We're gonna start you with some good and exciting Nintendo news, and then we're gonna remind you why we don't simp for any corporations, for any big billion-dollar companies. Okay?
I'm just making sure my antenna is up.
Yeah,
So-
there's hairspray in there, so it'll stay.
I'm making sure my antenna is up so I can pick up on all the news. Now, we've been wondering about Nintendo and E3.
We have been wondering.
We've been back and forth on this Switch Pro thing.
I think it's happening. Anthony thinks it isn't. That's the back and forth.
That's the back and forth. But I personally have been going back and forth. I've been waffling because last week we had that
The two different sources confirming.
the two different sources confirming, and I was like, maybe it's happening, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's not, because here's the latest news. Nintendo Direct for E3 2021 has been announced for June 15th. Nintendo says it's going to focus entirely on Switch software. That means no hardware announcement at E3.
But that doesn't mean they're not doing it just because it's not ready for an E3 announcement. That didn't confirm anything for me.
But now we're back into this cycle where we're like, a new Switch is coming. Mm-hmm. And we've been in this cycle for 1.5 years, and of course a new Switch is eventually coming.
But only now did any of the rumors actually become substantial.
Yeah. Well, and there are people there saying, hey, remember, they're supposed to announce this new Switch before E3. So all these developers, these third-party developers, can announce their Switch Pro software.
Yeah.
So it's possible. But we would have to see, we would literally have to see the Switch Pro announced in a surprise event that no press knows about in the next week for
It's
that
true.
to happen.
So, Nintendo's E3 2021 Direct will air at 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific on Tuesday, June 15th. They said the presentation will run about 40 minutes and focus entirely on Nintendo Switch software, mostly releasing in 2021. So we're going to be seeing games that we can actually get our hands on relatively soon.
Oh, that makes me so terrified that Breath of the Wild's going to slip. That makes me so terrified that Breath of the Wild's slipping into 2022. Mostly 2021. Mostly. They mostly come out at night. Mostly.
Yeah, it's concerning.
It's concerning.
Polygon put the confirmed Switch upcoming lineup here, which is Mario Golf Super Rush, Project Triangle Strategy, The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD, Splatoon 3, Metroid Prime 4, a sequel to Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And just prior to E3, Nintendo will release Game Builder Garage.
Which looks very cute.
It does.
It's basically like if you've ever used a game programming language like Scratch, something that's block-based for coding. It's basically that for the Switch. It looks very interesting. That, along with Labo, are sort of like... Nintendo's dipping their toes into some interesting stuff and then pulling out. They go, ooh, too cold. Mm-hmm. Too cold. Too cold in education. So we know that these games are going to be covered. We also know that there is a 3-hour... Nintendo Treehouse presentation afterwards. So the meat of this thing is going to be Treehouse.
Yeah.
As per usual, what they'll do is they'll have their 15-minute pre-rolled, pre-cut, pre-edited thing, and then those adorable. Everybody from Treehouse looks like they come with the picture frame that you buy. You ever watched a Nintendo Treehouse event? They all look like clip art from a billboard. The people that host Treehouse stuff. They're all just it's like a car commercial, but people. That's all I'm saying. And like they're just like they're kind of cool,
Yeah, they definitely took the car commercial people and put them in what like Mario's dad thinks is cool.
It's millennial creative business. The people. And having hosted many E3 things, they are definitely dressed that way. That's not on them.
Right.
But look at that. Look at those. Look at those classy thin sweaters.
Yeah, they could sell me anything.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Look at those.
I trust them.
Listen, there's nothing controversial about those people. All of their edges have been sanded off. Don't worry. They're palatable. They're mathematically palatable. But the 3-hour Treehouse event is where we will see demos, where third parties will come and show off a little bit more of their games. 3 hours is a chunk. It's not longer than Nintendo normally does.
No, but that's following a 40-minute presentation. So
it's a pretty standard E3 for Nintendo. What do you... I've got... Here are my particular questions for you, Saige. What do you expect from Metroid Prime 4? What do you expect from Breath of the Wild 2? What's going to be at E3? Bless you.
that's my answer.
2 sneezes? Each more kitten-like than the last.
I think. I
think Prime 4, if anything, will be a trailer.
I was gonna say I think an early trailer, but not a gameplay trailer.
They had to scrap Prime 4 so many times.
Right.
I can't imagine they've gone anywhere.
I don't think we get a gameplay trailer. I think that we get like a preview trailer that's mostly cinematic. And for Breath of the Wild, I'm going to be honest with you. I think it's the very end of the presentation, and it's like what they did for Sonic, where it's like a very vague 5-second trailer.
But we've already gotten that from Breath of the Wild. If they do that again,
I hope for more, but that's where I'm setting my expectations.
anything less than
A release date
and full gameplay demo, I'm gonna be a little bummed, if I'm honest.
We just haven't gotten an update on it in so long that I would be surprised if they gave us that much because we've gotten so little in between.
Can I tell you what I think happened behind the scenes?
What?
I think the athlete's foot hit.
Yeah.
I think
You're right.
Breath of the Wild 2 was supposed to be a spring 2021 game. The same way past Zelda games have been in spring. I think it had to slip. I think it had to slip very far. I think Mario's 35th was planned to be something that was less prominent than it turned out to be, and they had to lean heavily on things like 3D All-Stars and Mario 35.
Because they're like, we're pushing everything else, and these are the things we have done.
Because 3D All-Stars seemed a little anemic. We've talked about that. It was an interesting experiment, but it couldn't. I can't imagine that was that was their big thing for the year originally. So I think something happened. And I think we were supposed to get Breath of the Wild in spring, and if we don't get it this year, I will scream. And that is a promise.
He
not a
screams
threat.
regularly anyways.
I scream 5 times a day, facing my anxieties.
Okay, so then there's another piece.
Oh, there is one good.
Okay, yeah, one more good. Give us
One
one
more
more good
good.
before I ruin it.
One more good for Nintendo.
Awesome.
Nintendo is opening a Tendy Museum in Japan.
We love that.
They're opening a little Tendy Museum.
Okay, I don't know about calling it Tendy.
Little Tendy
Because that's
Museum.
already for chicken
For the
tenders.
Chickie Tendies? I know, but that's...
Yeah, you can't
it's
share that.
It's a double good association for me.
I'm not there with that.
Tendos.
A Tendo museum could be okay.
A Tendo Museum? Uh-oh,
Yeah.
he also brought coffee.
You know, go play with your Tendo.
Go play your Tendo.
That's cute. I can deal with that.
I took a big sip.
The building's built back in 1969. It was the Ujiugara plant
They used to use it for...
outside of Kyoto.
Yeah, Nintendo, of course, is headquartered in Kyoto. I've seen the Nintendo headquarters, and here's the thing about the Nintendo headquarters, and here's why I think they're building this museum. The Nintendo headquarters is not for you. It's not for me. It's not for any of us.
I wish it was.
There's nothing fancy or cool at the Nintendo headquarters. When you go to the Nintendo headquarters, you will be a little disappointed. And also, don't go in there.
Right.
Don't go in there.
Yeah, it's just to be a place people work.
But I think as Japan becomes more and more of a tourist destination, particularly Kyoto, I think they were like, We gotta do something.
Japan, let me in, please.
Japan, let us in. Not until autumn or winter. They're saying now. But it's halfway through the year already. It'll be autumn before we know it.
Yeah, that's fine.
One day
can I come in?
We'll be plant food.
But then can I come in?
Yeah. So I think they were just like, there's clearly demand for this, and also they're a company with a fucking history, man. They're 100 years old.
Yeah, they said that they're going to be housing the Nintendo Gallery to showcase many products that Nintendo has launched over history, historical products, along with experiences and exhibits, which I'm very excited about.
Yeah. It's I'm very interested in this. I think this will be very cool. I don't think Kyoto needs to get any more crowded with tourists than it is, and yet this will be great.
I don't know. I think this is for the same people that already wanted to go to Kyoto.
Oh, for sure.
It's for the same people.
Man, the last time I was there, it was like walking down the street in Kyoto. It was like this.
I think it's the same crowd.
Yeah.
I don't think they're appealing to a new crowd here.
The Ogura plant, which is in Uji, was originally, it's one of Nintendo's original factories and warehouses. They used it back in the day for printing Hanafuda cards. They've used it as a Nintendo service and repair center. It is a building that has functionally been part of the company and is part of its history. So that's cool.
Yeah.
They're not building a new site. They're not using some building that's not connected to them.
Right. And it's been
very
shut down since 2016, and they've been trying to figure out what to do with it.
Oh, now listen. We normally do this at the end of the show. But there's a break in the story here. And y'all have been insanely generous so far this morning. You know we like to do a little roll call.
Was that intentional?
Did you fuck up a decimal point?
Was that an accident?
I've been told by the accounting department, which is also us, that I have to check and make sure that you didn't fuck up a decimal point.
Kaylin, you good?
You good? Wow.
Thank you. Nah. Jesus. Well, thank you
Fucking
so
brush
much.
your shoulder off. Wow.
Thank you for supporting our little show.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
And allowing us to not only tell news, but also eat sugar breakfast. My stars. I might get 2 donut today. Maybe we'll get some donuts.
Maybe it's a 2
show.
donut day.
I don't know. Go wild. We love you. We appreciate you. Thank you. And we have a lot of plans to make the show keep getting better very soon.
Yeah.
So thank you for making all of that possible.
We're going to replace both of us.
Mm-hmm. That's step 1.
That's step 1. Replace both of us with some treehouse type people,
Yeah.
What we want some
soft sweaters,
soft personalities, just generally soft.
Yeah.
Palatable. We want to be just all of the edges sanded right off. So thank you very much. Thank you to everybody else who's been donating too. We have been noticing it. H. Acosta, Flannel Fries, Loch Ness Monster,
Kurt,
54 Aqua Snakes, Kurt. Thank you all so much.
We
will of course go through the big roll of everybody who's been supporting, following at the end of the show, as we always do.
Mm-hmm.
But you've been especially generous this morning,
and we appreciate you.
Very
much.
Oh,
okay.
Speaking of which, we've got to do.
Last piece of Nintendo news. And then speaking of generous BBs, there's something else that I want to get to before we go any further. Oh, you're right. But yeah, let's finish up the Nintendo bit. So, look. ROM universe.
A universe of ROMs. Imagine, if you will.
ROM Universe is a site that hosted and sold premium access to pirated copies of Nintendo games. And we know that's a bold move.
Not only is it a bold
Selling
move, it's a bad move.
Right. It's very illegal, as ROMs in general are, but to sell them is like a next level thing. Look, did I last night live on the internet say, hey, if you really enjoy Harry Potter, don't give any money to J.K. Rowling, pirate the movies?
Oh, yeah.
I did say that.
Oh, yeah.
I did. But buying ROMs is real sketchy. It is.
Yeah.
And understandably so, Nintendo didn't like it. But y'all know how Nintendo is. Nintendo doesn't just say, hey, stop that. Nintendo says, we will own you. There has been an ongoing lawsuit over the course of months now. And unsurprisingly, Nintendo won. Nintendo won the lawsuit, and ROM Universe is gone.
You can't listen. A lot of companies are willing to like turn the blind eye to ROM sites.
Yes.
Nintendo has never been one of them.
Absolutely not.
But damn, to sell access to ROMs.
You know what's fucking wild with that too?
What?
Matthew Storman, the person behind ROM Universe, decided to go to court and fight it without an attorney too.
Of course he did. The
He
kind of person
represented
that's
himself in court against Nintendo for selling ROMs.
the kind of person that's gonna sell Nintendo ROMs online is absolutely gonna believe he can defend himself in court. Man, look. I believe in the distribution of ROMs. I believe in the preservation of gaming history. I believe that if a company does not make a product available anymore, you can consider it abandonware and you can play it.
Some days I believe 7 impossible things before breakfast.
Think about that. Think about that.
Before sugar breakfast. I don't remember if it's 7. The number is a complete blank spot in my mind.
You ever
Anyways.
had coffee in the morning?
No.
People should try this.
So his defense was based around disputing that he uploaded any files to the website, which was swiftly picked apart by Nintendo's actual lawyers, who were able to point out to Storman's own sworn deposition, where he admitted to uploading ROM files.
Yee.
It's not great. And Nintendo not only shut down the site, but was seeking $90,000 for each of the 49 games discovered. Oh, that's a lot of money. Now, they were only awarded $35,000 per game, only, which came out to $2.1 million in damages, including also a single sum of $400,000 for statutory trademark damages.
Yeah, because he was definitely using Nintendo trademarks and stuff on the site that
100%.
he was charging money for.
Absolutely. Right, like the absolute hubris of the guy, too. I mean, like, look. Nintendo is an evil corporation that just took $2.1 million off of an independent site. But also, selling ROMs, man. Like, you should have known better. You just should have known.
Back in the day, when the world was new, my buddy and I used to, and you're going to hate me for this.
And for legal reasons, whatever he's about to say is a fictional story, as his lawyer.
This is a fictional story. My buddy and I used to, we were one of the first people to have broadband internet, and we had CD burners because we were always burning Dreamcast games.
Yeah.
And we used to pay our way at conventions by selling burned Dreamcast games and CDs with every single D&D book and module on it.
Look, I'm out here like, hey, support D&D. I love that for you. I love that for you. You little scamp. Get your way to the convention.
We used to pay our way. We had like a backpack full
That's
of CDs.
Adorable.
And then we'd replace it throughout the day with like a backpack full of just stuff we bought at the con.
Absolutely adorable. 100%. No, we told my child scam stories last week. It was younger child scams.
Mm-hmm.
I burned a lot of CDs as a kid, most definitely, and I also was one of the first kids to figure out like cheat codes in my neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
You know, making money on that? Are you kidding me?
Thank goodness yours is just water.
I know it's everywhere.
You're drunk. She's
Water.
drunk. Look. Game recognize game.
Of
but
course.
But also stupidity recognize stupidity.
Yeah, we're pretty stupid, and you are too.
You should
man.
you should only take that so far. When you're charging for somebody else's product live on the internet, and the person comes to you and goes, hey man, you're charging for our product and you better stop. You don't go, I'll see you in court.
He was as drunk as I am.
He put a little monocle on. He was like, well, pish tosh.
So he
slapped him twice with a glove.
He was selling premium access, like memberships to the site, where $30 would get you faster access to the files.
Okay, buddy.
Okay,
buddy.
So Nintendo...
I'm only charging for the fast stealing.
Right.
That's what I'm charging for.
Yeah, not the
stealing
games.
is not what I'm charging for.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right. Let's talk some more about some games, shall we?
No. Let's first talk about a good thing that happened.
You're absolutely right. I've got it pulled up still, so I can do that.
Look, we just paused the show
Yeah.
to talk about money. Money is weird and strange and bad.
It is.
While we appreciate,
Of course.
we always appreciate when people donate to help the show run. All we want to do, all we're here for, our goal is to make a show that people like and watch. By being here and liking the show and watching it, you are already doing everything we could have possibly dreamed. However,
Sometimes BBs go a little above and beyond.
sometimes BBs do a little something and we go like, whoa.
This was us yesterday, just like,
Whoa.
oh my God.
Excuse me.
And one special BB who goes by Vacuous Mermaid made us go, oh my God.
Look. Look at your face that is entirely eyeballs and smile. That's correct.
That makes perfect sense.
That's correct. And look at my squinty eyes. Look at my squinty eyes and my floopy hair.
And like, genuinely, we mean that 100% correct and accurate.
Yeah. And you're in a black t-shirt and I'm in a black sweat. This is the
But
first
I'm wearing
time.
my little like overall thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is maybe the first time in weeks I haven't worn a black sweatshirt.
This is
And Dagger.
and Dagger's there in his little hoodie just over our shoulders, like he is back there
He
all
is
the
right
time.
now.
Look, it's perfect. Vacuous Mermaid is just a little embarrassed. Look, we just love you, BBs. Vacuous Mermaid and Lots of Kittens, truly two precious BBs. And we wanted to celebrate it because like
that feels so nice.
it's so cool.
Look, how to put into words, when somebody does fan art,
Yeah.
you are taking something that you are good at, that you love. You know, potentially it is your trade. It is what you do for a living.
Yeah.
And you are taking time out of your day to use your skill to show us that you enjoy what we do. And that is like, Lots of Kitten says he's available for hire. Oh,
Everybody?
We're aware.
And everybody else should know.
And everybody else should know too.
Yeah, I'm just
Look at cartoon me with his squinty eyes.
This is so much better than any of the graphics we actually have for this show.
Once again, I say pish tosh. Today's a pish tosh day. That's what I say about that.
Like damn.
Like damn.
Like damn. So thank you.
We love it.
We love it. We appreciate you.
Now, of course, there's
It's such a cool style.
The one inaccuracy is, I will say, Dagger would never wave for a camera. He's such a moody boy when he has to be on camera. But he do wave happily
He's
most
right
times.
there. He's right there. You can just very barely see him right across the bottom of the frame.
He can hear us saying his name over and over, and he's doing this thing he does where his eyes go wide, and he looks up like, God damn it, am I going to have to get up for this?
The thing that, like, blows me away repeatedly every time Vacuous Mermaid does a cool picture for us is it's, like, a different style every time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And, like, as someone who can't draw anything, I'm legitimately shook that you can be good at, like, that many different versions of us.
I can draw that cool S.
Yeah.
You know that cool S?
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
I can do that.
Yeah, pretty cool.
But this is really amazing.
Anthony can do a draw.
I can do a draw sometime.
He good at art.
I could do a draw, especially that S. Now, so thank you. Absolutely wonderful. Thank you to everybody. We're seeing some people in the live studio audience that are new here. We're seeing some people that are catching us for the first time. Hey, new pickles, returning pickles, all you beautiful BBs.
We're glad you're here.
We're glad you're here.
Welcome to It's Too Early. Let's keep talking about some stuff.
Let's keep talking about stuff.
You want to talk about No Man's Sky?
Always want to talk about No Man's Sky.
Well, let's talk about No Man's Sky, shall we?
Tell me everything about No Man's
Just
Sky.
this morning.
Which
No.
you still have yet to really jump
I
into.
haven't gotten to watch the video yet because you told me about it as we went live.
Right. No. I mean,
the game.
The game itself.
I have not played No Man's Sky, no.
This always wants to be at... No,
I've watched a good bit of No Man's Sky gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make sure it's not doing a thing.
It shouldn't be. It's muted on my end.
Yeah.
I'm
just talking about for...
for that thing, yeah. So this is No Man's Sky Prisms. It's out today, announced today, released today, because that's how Hello Games rolls. Mm-hmm. And it is an entire visual overhaul.
A massive visual overhaul.
Look at the ray tracing. Look at the reflections. Look at the bubbles. It's beautiful. Everything visual has been given an entirely new coat of paint for No Man's Sky. You also get flying pets in this update as well. There's some new biomes in this update as well. In addition to all of the new effects and beautiful things, there's a photo mode overhaul. You know I love a photo mode. You know I love a photo mode. Even space stations, you can see, have gotten an overhaul, which they have not gotten in a good long time. So it's really, really, really lovely to see. And of course, we're seeing some stuff from previous updates, like the exosuits. Mm-hmm. Look at them flying! Look at him flying on the little man!
So lovely. Just sitting on a dragon.
Through this storm, it's gorgeous. And of course, it also now supports DLSS, which means a lot of this stuff is using, you can use NVIDIA's intelligent upscaling if you own an NVIDIA card, a Nintendo and NVIDIA. It's out today. It's free.
Yeah, I think I want to play No Man's Sky.
Oh, you definitely want to play No Man's Sky.
They said planets, skies, stars, creatures, the weather, space stationers, and more. New technology and new art mean that they look the best they have ever been. Back in February, they added pets and the ability for you to tame, train, and breed alien creatures. Yeah, I would like a pet dragon.
Of course you would. Who wouldn't? A space draggy? New weather effects include dimensional rain, which refracts the light, making the surfaces it touches slick and wet. Caves can be explored underground with dynamic lighting that dramatically impacts how the biomes look. Night sky now shines with the light from thousands of different stars. New audio and visual effects transform your interstellar experience as you warp between destinations. It's all beautiful. Mm-hmm. It has things like parallax occlusion mapping, which sounds dangerous. And thank you for your service, Hello Games. Mm-hmm. Really, really beautiful. This is one of the few stories of people didn't like this on release.
Yeah.
People were bummed on release, and this company said, no. We know we can fix this. We can do this. And over literally multiple years.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they've been doing. And No Man's Sky has turned from one of those games where it's like, I was really excited about it, but I don't think I'm going to play it now that I've seen what it's like, to one of those games that like everybody just sort of owns and dips into every once in a while.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those like things that's just perennially on people's collections. Mm-hmm. They went for the slow burn and it worked for them.
They did. And hey, look, you would love to see that really beautiful game on a beautiful graphics card, right?
I love beautiful graphics.
Right? You want to look at it on a 1080 or a 3080, 3080? Maybe a 3080 Ti, Anthony?
Saige, now you're naming things that don't exist.
Well, that's not true because tomorrow there's a 3080 Ti. And in theory, that sounds so lovely. Look, we need more graphics cards. We couldn't get a hold of the last ones.
But that's what I'm saying.
Right.
There aren't even any 3080s.
I know, but maybe this time it'll be different, Anthony. Maybe he'll change. Maybe for $1,200.
$1,200.
The 3080 Ti is coming tomorrow, June 3rd, with the 3070 Ti following on June 10th. And it's $1,200 for the 3080.
Wow. No. It's too soon. Not enough people have the 3080 yet.
No.
The 3090 vanilla is already extreme overkill.
Yep.
Who this for? I mean, people are going to buy it. It's going to sell out. It's going to sell like crazy.
They're capitalizing on the fact that people didn't get a hold of the 3080 or the 3090. That's it.
Damn,
They're capitalizing on the fact that you couldn't get their last card, so they're releasing the next one sooner in hopes that the people that were waiting for a 3080 or a 3090 will buy this one instead at $1,200. As Calmer said, say hello to the biggest GPU scam in history.
What are the...
It's a fucking scam, dude.
What are the major technical updates that justify the 3080 Ti? That's what I want to know.
All right, let's scroll on down here.
Okay, so we've got the specs here. Mm-hmm. The 3080 Ti in comparison to the 3080. Let me bring up this table.
I'll put on mine so you can scroll around.
Okay. So we've got 2,000 more CUDA cores in the 3080 Ti, which brings it up to 10,240 cores. The 3090 has 10,496, so it's about the same number of cores as the 3090.
Which was less expensive.
It looks like the clock, the base and boost clock, are a little slower on the Ti, which is not uncommon. Has 12 gigabytes of the DDR6X RAM as opposed to the 10 gigs. Has a 384-bit memory interface width as opposed to 320. Same power wattage and recommended system power. I mean, it's better, but like there are very few things that max out my 3080 at this point.
Yeah.
If anything.
Right? And then it's also not an improvement from the 3090. And the 3090 was less expensive.
The 3090 is $200 more than the 3080 Ti.
Is it?
Yeah.
How much was the 3090?
The 3090 is like $1,400.
I thought it came in around 1,000. Interesting. Okay. Because ours was what, 600? 7?
Yeah. Almost 8.
Was it?
Yeah, we spent too much on video cards. I mean, honestly, like here we are, halfway through the year of our Lord 2021. The rent is due, and I spent too much on video cards.
Look,
you know what I mean?
Here's
like,
what I think.
It was dumb, and now this is like double dumb.
Here's what I think. I think NVIDIA watched the shortage that they created and the demand, and then also the scalping prices. And they were like, "This is how much people are willing to pay for our cards." To get
you can get you can get a 3080 Ti. You're absolutely right. You can get a 3080 Ti at retail price, cheaper than you could probably get a 3080 on eBay right now.
So they looked at the scalping prices and they're like, people are willing to pay it to us. Instead of making their cards available when they're the ones who created the nightmarish scalping market. This is like borderline evil.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. And you wonder, hey, why is NVIDIA releasing this now? Why did they announce it now? You know there's a reason, and that reason is AMD had their Computex event on the same day.
Yep.
AMD, which is nipping at their heels. AMD is coming for everybody's fucking lunch.
As they should.
AMD is coming for everybody's lunch.
Good.
They're coming for Intel's lunch.
Yes.
They're coming for NVIDIA's lunch.
Get it.
Their new system on a chip. The Steam Boy rumors are based on this system on a chip. They released a laptop with Asus yesterday, a gaming laptop, where when you look at it compared to any other mobile device, an NVIDIA gaming laptop, it's like shoo, shoo, whew, one of their big announcements for these new desktop CPUs is Fidelity FX Super Resolution, FSR. Fidelity FX is their sort of big umbrella for all the cool things their cards can do. Fidelity FX Super Resolution is AMD's version of DLSS. DLSS we were talking about with No Man's Sky. DLSS is the AI-based upscaling. The game is running at 1080. Your video card is looking at it and in real time going, I will make this 4K for you.
Amazing.
And it's pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking good. I'd be hard-pressed when I'm playing a AAA game to see the difference.
Yeah.
I pixel peep, and it's hard to see the difference sometimes. AMD is adding Fidelity FX Super Resolution to not just their new cards. It's going to be available, not just the 6000 series. It's going to be available on the 5000 series, the 500 series, the Vega, every AMD Ryzen processor with integrated Radeon graphics, and old NVIDIA cards. Anything as low as an NVIDIA 1000 series. If you're running a 1060, AMD says, here, you may have our Fidelity FX Super Resolution. This is just like when AMD released FreeSync compared to G-Sync.
Yeah.
Do you remember how expensive G-Sync monitors were?
Yup.
They were crazy expensive. And AMD said, look, if you want, you could use FreeSync. It works really well on our cards, but we'll let you have it. And now you can buy all these FreeSync monitors, and NVIDIA had to make FreeSync monitors compatible with their cards.
Yeah.
I've got a FreeSync monitor. I don't have money for a G-Sync fucking monitor.
Absolutely not.
Get wrecked.
Very, very interesting.
Now, much like NVIDIA's technology, developers will have to build FSR into their games. DLSS doesn't just work on any game.
Right.
But this is a huge, huge thing. And if it's easy enough to implement, we will 100% see developers using this instead of NVIDIA's tools because it makes their game more compatible and better looking on more hardware.
Yeah.
Which is all developers care about.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good. I appreciate AMD, and man, NVIDIA made AMD look real good today.
Yeah. They thought they were going to pull the rug out from under them, and instead I'm like...
No, I'm looking at NVIDIA, and I'm like, it's what Colmer said in chat. Those could have been 3080s.
Mm-hmm.
You're not fixing you're not going to fix the accessibility to the cards that you put out? Oh, you're just going to make a different one. Cuz the shortage of the like chip that was needed for it is needed for the TI.
Yeah.
They're just doing that instead of making more 30s. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Yeah, AMD, man. I mean, with that and with, man, they're just crushing. Mm-hmm. They're just crushing. A bunch of people, Dave 2D, who's one of my favorite YouTubers who does like tech reviews. Dave 2D had a thing about this gaming laptop yesterday. Y'all should look it up later. I think it's going to change the game for laptops. Especially gaming laptops.
Yeah.
AMD is doing good shit.
Let's talk about some just good old gaming news.
Good old gaming news.
That's what we are here for. That's why we do this show.
Today's sponsor is GOG.com. No, it's not.
It's not.
It's not.
And it's not Dungeons and Dragons either. But we're open to it.
But we are sponsored by Kirby.
Not the franchise and not Nintendo. Kirby himself.
This is a child's extra large. They don't make a shirt this cool for grown-ups.
Hey, are you going to play the Dungeons and Dragons Dark Alliance?
Probably.
Would you play it if I invited you to sit on my couch and play it with me?
What, like I'm on a laptop and you're on a...
No! Thank you for asking. With that split screen co-op.
Woo!
We love couch co-op in this house. We love couch co-op, and Dungeons & Dragons Dark Alliance is set to add local co-op over the summer. It won't be at initial launch, of course, but over the summer...
Now, this is, of course, the spiritual successor to Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance, and everybody, when this game came out, everybody was like, yo, where's that co-op that we had in Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance?
Yep.
We love that co-op.
Right.
And they were like, oh, shit, you do?
Yeah, we could do that.
All right, let's do it.
So there's a free DLC coming in the summer. Alongside that, you get your couch co-op.
Oh, Dark Alliance, the thinking man's gauntlet.
I'm very excited to play this. They said, we heard you loud and clear. After Dark Alliance launches, our main priority is supporting 2-player split screen couch co-op for Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, and PC. Fuck yeah.
Fuck to the yeah.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, I like anything. Look,
It's almost release day.
it's almost released. Not only that, but hey, the athlete's foot is subsiding. People are getting their Tenactin. Nature is healing.
Nature is healing.
We
We can sit on the same couch.
We could sit on the same couch and play Baldur's Gate if you wanted.
Right? Thank you for Kirby Sugar Breakfast.
We could play together on a couch if you wanted.
Dark Alliance releases on June 22nd. I'm going to be playing it.
Oh man, you know
You
we're gonna be playing it.
Hell, I like Dungeons and Dragons.
We might be a little into D&D.
And
It's
hey,
possible.
If you want to watch us play D&D together, you can watch us on Friday night at 7 p.m. Pacific, just so you know.
Right here on this channel.
Yeah,
It's a pretty good show.
for failed save.
We love that.
We do love that. That was a good piece of gaming news.
That's very exciting. Some very big news for
Bleh.
for people who are not us,
Yeah.
but for most people,
Yeah.
most people
aren't us.
Most people aren't us. Mathematically speaking, more people are not us than are us.
Mm-hmm.
Battlefield 6 big reveal set for next week ahead of E3 2021. There it is. My deep and insightful Battlefield take is I'm very excited for everyone that enjoys a Battlefield. If Armyman is your fave, and I know it is for a lot of people, I'm excited for you. Happy Armyman Day.
Happy Armyman to you.
The Battlefield reveal will be June 9th. This is one of the most leaked games in the history of games. I'm not shocked that they didn't want to wait for E3 the way their shit do be just dropping online whether they want it to or not. So it's very exciting that it's happening on the 9th. And it is very exciting because Battlefield's tech leaks down into, in the form of the engine, leaks down into everything EA does.
Yep.
So a Battlefield presentation, in a lot of ways, is a technical presentation for the next 5 years of video games.
Very true.
So that's a thing to get excited about, even if you're not a Battlefield fan.
Absolutely.
Very excited to see. The last Battlefield entry was Battlefield 5, which did not do super well in comparison. And then the last modern day Battlefield we had was back in 2006. So, this should be a true a return to form for the franchise, is what everybody's hoping.
I hope you have fun.
I hope you all have fun. I hope you stack 30 mans on top of each other and jump onto an airplane wing. Those are my favorite Battlefield videos.
In the end, I hope you're happy.
I like when people do the weird things in Battlefield.
Yeah.
And they have fun.
They have the videos from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the good shit.
What about Crysis? You like Crysis?
Crysis is another one where it
Not to be confused with the Crysis that we have each morning before the show.
and me 5 times a day.
Right.
Crysis is shoot good and impressive graphic.
The name makes me laugh.
Yeah.
For those who don't know what we're referring to, Crysis Trilogy is being remastered this fall, being released this fall.
We reported previously that the Crysis Twitter account tweeted the opening line of Crysis 2 a few weeks ago and sent everybody into a ding-dang fervor,
Yes.
thinking that there was a Crysis 2 remake or remaster coming, and it turns out
There is.
there is, and it's part of a ding-dang remaster of the whole series that's coming out.
I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, maybe it's just Game Informer really crushing the quality of this video.
Could
It must be. It must be,
Oh,
right?
it definitely is.
But, like,
But also remember, like, as much as they're remakes and remasters of older games, so they always look a little less than new, no matter what they add to them.
Yeah, like you could tell me this is a game from 2009, and I'd be like, yeah, sure, that makes sense.
The trilogy will arrive in the fall.
Not 2009. I'm gonna give it 2013.
So it will include last year's. So the package is going to include last year's modernized version of Crysis, and then we'll also bundle in Crysis 2 and Crysis 3 to run on modern consoles and PC.
Do you know why it, like, what is the reason for that name? Because I don't.
It's Crytek.
Cause
The Crytek made it, and it's the Crytek engine. I don't know why. Crysis is used. Oh, shoot, man, gonna cry.
Because, like, this is what, like, again, I find this very relatable, having a crisis, but
Cry?
that's me
Cry,
curled
comma,
up
sis.
in fetal position.
Yeah, cry, comma, sis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm having a crisis, and I am crying, sis.
Mm-hmm.
It's me in fetal position on my living room floor.
The fetal
realizing,
position.
Exactly. Realizing how many crumbs my cats have knocked into my carpet while I'm there laying in absolute just despair.
There is an entire bag of goldfish open on her living room floor right
Yeah.
now. What's up? She's an adult. She pays for this place.
Can do whatever I want.
She can lie on the ground and eat goldfish wherever she wants to.
Now, the goldfish are not spilled out. There is just a bag of goldfish.
It is
and
on
it
its
is
side.
open. It is open. There's like not much in it. Cat knocked it off the table while I was sleeping. And look, we got up at 6 a.m. to do the show.
So Crytek has not detailed the specific upgrades the games will receive, but Crysis Remastered had resolution up to 8K, had HDR, had ray tracing. Yeah.
Flannel Fry says, I am a cry engine.
Yeah. Aren't we
Same.
all? Aren't we all? So that's exciting. In other big Cry game news, here's another Cry game. Sorry, weirdies on Twitter, but Ubisoft has admitted finally that Far Cry is political. Ubisoft finally admitted that the series in which you are usually a white guy disaster tourist mowing down some thinly veiled reference to an actual culture is political.
And that 6 is going to be political after all.
Wow.
Wow.
Who would have thought?
Okay, Ubisoft. Okay.
You know, Ronan Monkey in the live studio audience, one of our mods, everybody please clap, is like, wait, people needed that defined? Yes, every
Yeah.
time. Every time. Every single time.
Yes.
I just want to shoot stuff. I don't want policy. It's literally about going into a Latin American country and mowing people down. It's literally about going into Southeast Asia and mowing people down.
Again, I don't play Far Cry.
Now, I'll play the Far Cries that get weird. I like a Far Cry Primal where you're a caveman that can summon a giant owl that like drops bombs, or a Blood Dragon where you're vaporwave Far Cry. I like that stuff. You know, those are my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the Ubisoft thing of like where they start every game, my favorite is the way they start like Assassin's Creed, where it's like, this game was made by people from all races and religions and nationalities, and is a reflection of their work and our harmony, and it's be cool, because we're cool.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
No, you're fucking not.
But that's fun. So the narrative director, Navid Kavari, confirmed in a new update on the Ubisoft blog that the game is inherently political, and it's definitely inspired by the real-world historical events of Cuba. A story about modern revolution, he says, must be political. There are hard, relevant discussions in Far Cry 6 about conditions that lead to the rise of fascism, the cost of imperialism, forced labor, the need for free and fair elections, LGBTQ+ rights, and more within the context of Yara, a fictional island in the Caribbean. Now, you may remember the last Far Cry was trying to let us know that fundamentalists were ruining the country. And when fundamentalists said they weren't going to buy Far Cry, Ubisoft said, no, fake fundamentalists.
But not you guys.
Not you guys. You guys are good. You are good ones.
We didn't mean like that. We meant like these ones.
This game was made by people of all religions.
Piss off.
There is another cool, cute dog, though.
Oh.
As there always is in Far Cry.
Chorizo?
His name is Chorizo.
I do remember just the little clip of this. That's right. That was a while ago.
One thing that Far Cry always gets right is the very good puppers.
And Chorizo's
This is Chorizo.
Very good.
He's in a little pup wheelchair, and he moved very fast, and his tongue stick out. I can't fault Far Cry for the dogs.
No, of course not.
I cannot. And I will not.
We would all die for that puppy.
Yeah. Other game stuff is happen.
Yeah, let's talk about this. I found this really interesting, and it kind of like slid under, and I'm really surprised more people aren't talking about it, but Dark Horse has started a division of games.
It's got to be scary for Dark Horse that more people aren't talking about it.
I know, right? So Dark Horse has opened a new gaming and digital division and is already speaking to AAA developers to collaborate on some of its big titles.
This to me immediately feels like Skybound.
Yeah.
This feels like they saw what Skybound did. Skybound was a mid-tier comic book imprint that parlayed the success of The Walking Dead and some of the other Kirkman projects and said, hey, we're going to turn this into a 360 media company. 360 media, meaning they do everything.
Yep.
And it looks like Dark Horse is like, why have we been sleeping on this? We own so much good stuff.
Yeah. So the Dark Horse Games division will exist out of Oregon and Shanghai with the intent of bringing its books, which include properties like Hellboy, Sin City, 300, and the Umbrella Academy to games. You know my love for the Umbrella Academy.
I love the Umbrella Academy.
I
love Hellboy.
I love Hellboy. I don't remember Sin City
Yeah.
very well. I never read it, and I don't remember the movie.
Yeah. Hey, it was very of its time.
Okay. But I do love Hellboy, and I do love the Umbrella Academy. 300's not of my interest. When I say I love the Umbrella Academy, love the Umbrella Academy.
We love the Umbrella Academy in this house.
We do.
And we love the Umbrella Academy series.
Yeah.
And we love
Gerard Way.
We love Gerard Way. We love everything about it. We also love a lot of the Dark Horse library content that they didn't mention in here that I'm already speculating about. Concrete, right? Concrete is there. Grendel is there. There's so much good Dark Horse stuff. Harrow County.
Yeah.
Oh, a horror series based on Harrow County?
Yes, please.
Wow.
So they intend to work with top developers on games based on the most famous titles. All the while, Dark House will build an internal studio to create games based on newer books and properties or older books that are less well known. Like, this is a big deal. They said we have evergreen properties like Hellboy, where there will always be interest in making games and doing collaborations. We and our partners can really evaluate if a story IP and character universe would be a good fit for games that they're internally designing and developing. Lee says Dark Horse is already in late-stage discussions with several AAA developers. And the fans will start seeing its characters in major video games no later than Q1 next year.
Oh my goodness. Let's talk about The Goon. Let's talk about Ghost.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Like, this is so interesting that it wasn't a bigger piece of news, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I think that's the thing is people do not recall Dark Horse the same way they recall DC, Marvel, these sorts of things. Like, they don't have, outside of the world of comic books and comic book fans, they don't have the brand recognition that a company like that has.
Yeah.
So people know there are a lot of people that know they love Hellboy that don't necessarily know they love Dark Horse Comics.
Anthony.
Yeah.
They got droopy. Oh, move your mouse. They got droopy.
Well, so
Thank
here's
God.
the other reason that people don't necessarily think of Dark Horse is Dark Horse does have a lot of they do a lot of licensed comics.
Yeah.
So when you look up Dark Horse characters, there's Droopy and Wedge Antilles.
Yeah, right.
Because there
was Faith from Buffy on there.
Faith from Buffy, but pour one out for the Dark Horse Comics Star Wars universe. Let's talk about Dark Empire until the end of time, please.
Yes, agreed.
But all your best Mara Jade content, I think, comes from Dark Horse content.
I agree. I absolutely agree.
But they have a lot of their own unique, original characters and properties.
They do.
Holy shit, Martial Law.
Yeah, right?
Fuck, I forgot they have Martial Law. That would be wild as hell. A series based on martial law here in this post the boys, post Preacher universe. Mm-hmm. I'd love to see a series based on martial law. Damn.
Very interesting. I'm excited for this.
Yeah.
I just think that what Marvel has done is create a space of opportunity.
I mean, every single company now, you're right, is looking and they're like, do we have a back catalog of IP that could be, turned into one of these universes.
Cinematic universes.
And not just cinematic, but
like a gaming universe? Yeah.
A whole interconnected universe.
Yeah.
And some companies are reaching. Some companies are reaching.
But
I think we all
Dark Horse,
remember the Dark Cinematic Universe. That never happened.
But it seems like Dark Horse don't have to.
Now a Conan game. So here's what's interesting. Kaylin Rohr brings up in the live studio audience brings up Conan. Marvel got that Conan now. Same way they got that Star Wars. Mm-hmm. Conan is now canonical in the Marvel universe. The fucking Avengers fought alongside Conan the Barbarian recently. They fucking did it. They're not afraid. They're not afraid.
Wow, wow.
It's fucking wild. Anachrontopian Prime says, Conanical, if you will.
Ha! Nice. I would like to tell you a piece of wholesome news.
Please.
It was my favorite thing I read last night when we were putting this together for the show. Y'all know Sean Bean?
I do. He dies in all of my favorite movies.
Yes, of course. Ned Stark. And I'm sorry for these spoilers. Ned Stark does not make it past season 1 of Game of Thrones. I can't believe you held that for that long to do a spit take, you son of a bitch.
Ned Stark doesn't make it?
You've had plenty of time, and I don't recommend you starting it now.
No.
But Sean Bean...
You're not going to like where it goes.
Sean Bean, he kept up over the next few seasons and watching, but eventually he fell off. And you know what? Fair. He didn't get to see what happened to Game of Thrones, a show that was so lovely when he was on it.
My favorite thing is actors in major franchises that don't, and I literally mean this, I love it, that don't know about or follow the franchise very much, that are like, I don't know, I went to work, it was cool. Like when Gwyneth Paltrow was arguing on camera with Jon Favreau and Tom Holland about how she was not in a Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
She was like, no, I didn't do a Spider-Man movie. What are you talking about? And she's like, no, you remember the day that we did this and we were in this place? She's like, yeah, wasn't that for Iron Man? And they're like, no, Gwyneth, that was for Spider-Man. And she was like, oh.
It's all of the shit that she shoves in her orifices that's not helping with her memory. But anyways, he checked out a little bit on what was happening after a while.
Bean couldn't follow Game of Thrones. A lot of characters, very dense.
He did an interview with The Times of London, and they were talking with him about his thoughts on the ending of Game of Thrones. And he was like, I don't know what happened. So the interviewer described how the series concluded with Ned's son, Bran. I'm not going to give spoilers at the ending. What happened with Bran, what happened with Sansa. And Sean Bean asked, so did Winterfell stay separate? Huh. Good for them.
That was it. That was it. Because look, that's what he knew. That's what the show was about when he was on the show. He was like, oh, are my kids all right? Great.
Cool. All right. That's it. He said, Good for them.
He's like, fuck, is the next guy going to sit me down and tell me what's happened in every James Bond since I was in it?
Yeah, right?
Shit, I don't care.
They asked, like, do you want to avoid spoilers in case you do want to watch it? He was like, I'll have forgotten by then. Go ahead. I don't know.
Which is his code for I don't give a shit.
I don't give a shit. I'm never going to watch it. I thought that was so funny.
Sean Bean was like, yep, the money's good.
Yeah, so Sean Bean just found out how Game of Thrones ended. And it's so cute.
I love that. I love that he was just like, well, as long as Winterfell's okay.
Right. Huh. Okay.
Man. I don't wanna.
Okay.
Let's not.
All right.
Let's not.
All right.
Let's go to this instead.
Cool.
We want to talk about classic film franchises.
I do want to talk about
You want to talk about one of the great films of all time?
Of
Sean Bean not
course.
in it.
Oh.
But a lot of our great British actors were.
Wow.
A lot of the great actors of our time.
Are you talking about Cats?
You'd think. But what if I told you there is a movie with British great character actor Bob Hoskins, great actor Dennis Hopper, just incredible character and theater actor Samantha Morton, and unbelievably versatile comedic character actor John Leguizamo, all together in one place.
Is it possible?
It is possible. And that movie is one of the greatest cyberpunk films of all time. It is genre bending and defining, and it is Super Mario Brothers, and it is one of my favorite fucking movies. I fucking love the Super Mario Brothers movie.
I've never seen it, and I want to see it so bad, but it was impossible to find.
It's very hard to find. It's been out of print.
Very hard to find.
It there was a Blu-ray release in some regions. It's very hard to track down.
Mm-hmm.
But a good person, a wonderful person, a man by the name of Morton Jankel has restored over 20 minutes of deleted scenes from the Super Mario Brothers movie. The running time of the film is now 2 hours, 4 minutes, and 33 seconds. I am very excited. It's available.
How long?
Huh?
Wait, it's now how long? Repeat that number for me.
2 hours, 4 minutes, 33 seconds.
Wow.
Wow.
I would like to watch it. Where is this now released?
The Internet Archive. It has been made available for free. This is a loving restoration that you can tell was made off of basically when you used to edit films before digital, you would make an offline edit to tape. So there are tapes that have time codes in the bottom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
that are the edit. And you can see where the movie has been added back in because he clearly used one of these offline edits.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful. I can't wait to sit down and watch it. The movie is so wild. Is it a good Super Mario Brothers movie? I don't know. Shut up. It's a great movie. I don't know. What's a good Super Mario Brothers movie to you? Compare it to another Super Mario Brothers movie. Fuck off. Get wrecked. It's great. Fisher Stevens is there. Come on.
I don't think Mario can get it pulled. I think that they signed away some rights to do this movie. For the movie to exist.
For Nintendo
Because it was 1993.
For Nintendo to pull this movie, they would have to acknowledge the existence of the movie. And Nintendo refuses to do that. And the fact that they're giving it away.
It's like the holiday special.
Yeah, it might go away.
Or the Ewok.
Yeah, it might disappear from the Internet Archive, but it's out there now. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And that's all this person wanted to do is put it out there.
Yeah.
And now it is, baby.
It's out there.
I downloaded it last night. I've got my copy forever.
I need to do that.
Some of them add, so let's see. The Super Mario Brothers, the Morton Jankel cut is now available on the Internet Archive, and it doesn't just throw the deleted scenes in there. Those scenes were found on an old tape and were in terrible shape, so it had to be painstakingly restored by editor and artist Garrett Gilchrist. Some of the scenes add welcome context to existing moments, while others are remnants of a more teen/adult vision of the movie, including an extended and expanded version of the dance scene in the fucking cyberpunk death club that Mario and Luigi go to. Saige, you're going to love this movie.
All right.
You're going to love this movie.
Maybe I'll review it. Maybe I'll watch it, and we can talk about it on Patreon next week.
That would be lovely. There's also a commentary by the restorer.
Excellent.
That will show you the entire process, and it's very, very fascinating.
Hell yeah.
I love that this exists.
I love that it exists, too.
Now give me my 3.5-hour cut of the 1998 Avengers with Uma Thurman and Ralph Fiennes. It's out there. I know it's out there. The director has talked about the fact that it exists. Give me my weird movies. Give me all of my weird movies, you assholes.
I got a weird movie for you. Oh my God! It was still showing yours for some reason, even though the source is off.
I don't know.
What's going on here?
I don't know. Should I bring it up? I believe you. Here, I've got it up.
Frozen.
That's okay. I got it up.
It didn't even happen.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
Oh.
You see?
Is it just weird now?
There we go.
Is it just bad and weird now?
Anyways, I've got a weird movie for you.
Okay.
Seth Rogen's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I'm here for it.
Seth Rogen is doing a CG animated reboot of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And it has gotten a 2023 release date. So August of 2023, which was announced by, let's see if we can do this here. This image that Seth Rogen posted on his Twitter.
Wow.
It had the date in the corner.
That's kind of interesting.
Has little notes. Discipline, apologize to April, honor, loyalty. It's cute.
It's great. Here's what I like about this. Seth Rogen, recently, I mean, a lot of people think Seth Rogen and they think actor stoner Seth Rogen.
Tell you what I think when I think Seth Rogen.
Lately, you think enabler to an abuser.
Yes, I do.
Because he did sit quietly during all the James Franco stuff.
Yes, sit quietly through all of it, and only now say, yeah, that was bad when James Franco was publicly outed as being a fucking groomer monster. But he sat around on his movie sets while it happened. Anyways,
what I do know is that recently Seth Rogen's production company has made some really, really excellent adaptations of comics. The Preacher television series, the Boys series is unbelievable. Is responsible for Man Seeking Woman, which was an adaptation of a Simon Rich novel, which was absolutely brilliant. He and Evan Goldberg do a really great job at developing projects and IP and understanding and having great takes on them and modernizing them. And he says here, as a lifelong fan of Ninja Turtles, weirdly, the teenage part was always the part that stuck out to me the most. And as somebody who loves teenage movies and who's made a lot of teenage movies and got their start in the entire profession by writing a teenage movie, the idea of kind of honing in on that element was really exciting to us, not disregarding the rest, but really using that as a kind of jumping off point for the film. And I do think that's interesting.
yeah, the modern Ninja Turtles movies that existed, I remind you, those were grown men in a weird way. Mm-hmm. And they were uncomfortable to be around.
Yeah.
I think that, to be honest, them being more properly teenagers will make them a little more disarming.
Yeah.
Because, like,
well,
those were fucking creepy.
There's this idea when we first meet them, whether it's in the comics or in any of the adaptations, you're right. It's like when we meet the Ninja Turtles, they are ninjas already. They are fully formed crime-fighting ninjas.
Yeah.
And, like, Raphael comes off a little hormonal to me, for sure.
Yeah.
You know? He's going to slam his door and listen to his music real loud. But everybody else is, like, very adult. And so I like the idea of this sort of early story of them kind of getting it together and acting more like teenagers.
Yeah.
Kind of cool. And yes, everybody in the live studio audience is correct. He was also responsible for the Invincible adaptation. He's an executive producer, and he and Evan Goldberg were writers on that. He does good work with these adaptations.
Invincible's very good.
It's so good. It's so good. And they really understand medium and form too. Like an Invincible really shows that off. So I'm excited for this. What are we gonna be like? I don't know. After 2 Michael Bay ones?
Right?
No, we're gonna be fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're gonna be fine. Which one do you think? I mean, they're gonna try to get him to voice one. He's just producing. He's not directing. He's producing and writing. Who do you think they're gonna try to get him to voice? I mean, it's Michelangelo, right?
It's Michelangelo.
But he shouldn't be. His voice is just wrong.
His voice is too deep.
He's an old stoner man voice.
Yeah.
Even in his youth, he had an old stoner man voice.
Donatello?
I hope he shows up as like some side character.
Yeah.
I hope he pops up as like Ray Fillet.
Yeah. What if they just had him do Master Shredder? Yeah.
I'll get you turtles.
Yeah. All right. Let's end on something.
Bebop or Rocksteady.
Yeah, that would be correct.
Of course.
That would be correct, but will they do that?
Oh my gosh! Of course, Bebop or
not Shredder.
Rocksteady.
Splinter is exactly what I meant. I said Shredder. I combined Shredder and Splinter into one thing.
Bebop or Rocksteady. That would be fun. Okay, we nailed it.
All right, we can dig that. Let's end on something cute and wholesome.
Okay.
We talked a little bit about Nintendo earlier. A lot of bit about Nintendo earlier.
Yeah.
Nintendo just knows how to take our money.
Mm-hmm.
In ways that I don't understand. Because Nintendo has released a thing that I will never need. What, Alex? Hey, man. The fuck?
Huh?
Look, I don't catch bugs, Anthony.
No.
But I want one of these.
Oh, this is very cute. So these are Pokemon Mushikagos.
Bug catching.
And the whole idea, so Mushikagos are traditionally, they're these little bug catching baskets that Japanese children take out with them and just catch bugs. And now you got a bug in a basket. That's the whole thing.
Look, it's like it's the closest thing that children will get to catching Pokemon in real life. Gotta catch them bugs.
You gotta, Satoshi Tajiri, who created Pokemon, got the idea from walking around with Mushikagos as a kid.
That's cute. It's cute and it makes me happy and I like it. Like,
So
come on.
This is very full circle.
Okay, so if I just carried this around,
Mm-hmm.
no bugs in it,
No bugs.
but I just like
Head
carried it
empty.
around with like exactly. With just like my phone and my lipstick in it.
Yeah.
Right though?
I used to have a little Pokeball that I kept my drugs in.
Not quite the same, but similar.
But similar. What I'm saying is there's precedent. When I was a youth and I did drugs, I used to keep them in a Pokeball that had a Psyduck in it. I love a Psyduck.
Psyduck is my favorite Pokemon.
He too, Psyduck 2, has panic attacks 5 times a day.
It's very cute.
It's very cute. These are going to come out at $15.
That would be perfect for a melon bought from a farmer's market. Oh my God, taking that to a farmer's market.
Putting your vegetable in it.
If it was, probably too small for
Oh.
vegetables. It's appropriately
Go to a-
sized for one melon.
Go to a bakery and put
Fill it with cookies.
some small pastries.
Fill it with small cookies.
And then go to the park.
That's our dreams. Like, both of us have a lot of things that we want out of life, I think. But like the main thing is putting baked goods in a Pokeball and going to the park.
There's nothing I love more than just setting out a little blanket and having some snacks at the park.
It's
Not
true.
a full picnic.
No.
I don't like all the rigmarole that goes into a full picnic.
I agree.
But my stars.
Yeah. One round bread.
Ugh. 1 round bread? Come on. Fit a whole pie in a Pokeball.
It's excellent. It's
I
wonderful.
love
it's
these.
So cute.
I think it's great.
Pokemon, that's what I'm just saying though. Pokemon is one of those franchises though that just like knows how to take my money.
Yeah. Can I tell you?
You can.
I love Pokemon, but
Yeah.
haven't really played. I think we've talked about this. Haven't really played Pokemon games. I played a lot of Let's Go Eevee. I played Pokemon Go, but I love everything around Pokemon.
Yeah.
But never played Pokemon games.
Interesting. Did you ever get into like the show?
A little bit into the show, just never played the games.
Cards?
No, not the cards.
Interesting.
Never got into the cards. But started playing Pokemon games. Started playing through the series. Wanted to know. Just finished Pokemon Red, the original one.
Oh. Are you doing it on your little...
Doing it on my little handheld. On my little
Nice.
emulator handheld. I was blown away by how good it is. Still to this day.
Yeah.
Still to this day. They were ahead of the game in terms of... I think I was right at that in-between age when Pokemon first came out where it was like, I don't like this.
Right.
I'm a tough boy. I'm going to steal beers from the refrigerator and drink one with my friends.
I love the Pokemon game.
I was kind of in that in-between age. And so I was like, yeah, Pokemon games are for kids. No, Pokemon games were maybe some of the earliest console RPGs to respect the player.
Yes. Thank you.
They respected the player and the player's time.
Mm-hmm.
And they were just beautiful little bite-sized fucking experiences compared to everything else that was out around the same time.
We put all Pokemon games on my little thing.
Yeah, I think you already have them.
Okay.
Yeah. Love a
We both
Pokemon.
got little handheld emulators. They're
Um,
great.
I'm excited to play through the rest of the series. But anyway, we love everything Pokemon related.
We do. Very, very much. And we love you.
And we love you. Giggle Loop in the live studio audience says, I want to go to Japan. Hey,
Us
hard same.
too. Very much. Anthony.
Yesterday was a Monday, so I checked that website that I check every Monday to see when they're letting people into Japan.
Yeah.
Not until fall or winter.
You put down wax paper on the inside, and then you put those little piggy buns in there.
Oh, the little piggy buns.
You put those in the
There's
thing.
a noodle place by us that does the little buns, the little steam buns, and they make them look like piggies, but they're vegetarian. They're very good. I think they're sweet potato.
Very good. Anyways, we love you very much. Thank you for spending your mornings with us. We appreciate it, truly. If it's your first time here, follow the channel. We do this show every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, which means next we will be live again at 8 a.m. Pacific on Friday. We do a bonus clip on Patreon every week. That'll go up probably on Friday. It's only $5 a month for access to that tier on Patreon, and that allows you one extra story every single week that we can get to talk about on the show. A little bonus, a little secret, and probably next week I'll talk about my experience watching the Super Mario Bros. Movie for the first time.
Just a little something, something. We want to thank all of you sweet pickles, you little BBs that supported the show today. First of all, Righty and M with the $48 donation.
My goodness!
Wow. Brudu620, CC Moira, and High Tops 5 with the follow. Cassidy Weaver with $10 for Kirby's Sugar Breakfast. Kirby eat sugar. David Dave Boy with the resub for 4 months in a row. Thank you so much for sticking with us. Cabbage Thief 86, my cabbages, has followed. Dova Chrono with 100 bits. Talking about NVIDIA scalping. Yeah. Saying NVIDIA wants to do their own legal scalping. It's true.
Sure do.
TK65535. What's up, Trooper? Doug D3345 and Pay127. Thank you for the follow. Davey Dave Boy, $5. Tasty breakfast add-ons. iRoboats8 with the follow. Kaylin, of course, with that super unbelievably generous $350 donation. Get your sugary breakfast, my dudes. You know we will. Arsonist and IW0205, thank you for the follow. Alonzo resubbing for 9 months. Hello, I am Alonzo. Hello, Alonzo. We are Streamer. We thank you again for your continued support, not just donating, but also for being a mod. Please
for showing up
clap.
for the show.
Everybody, please clap for Alonzo. 54 Aqua Snakes, 750 dog treats for Dagger. Kurt with the $10 donation. H Acosta 7192, $25 for sugar breakfast, salty breakfast, or any kind of breakfast because we don't discriminate. We do not breakfast shame.
Thank you.
Flannel fries, $10. Get that breakfast. Extra sugar. We love you so much. We love you so much. Loch Ness Monster with $3.50. You need about $3.50 for snacks, right? Yeah, about $3.50. Olivia Rowe with the Prime sub, take a little money out of the Beezy's pocket. See how it feels. I bet it feels good. 54 Aqua Snakes, 300 bits. Blue Pirate with the host. Thank you all so much.
We love you, BBs. We appreciate you being here and showing up for the show. It means the absolute world for us. But hey,
That's right.
money is weird. We already highlighted. Oh, right here at the end, by the way, Calmer also claps for Calmer Mod Calmer, and also who runs tech for Failsafe. So special being right there.
Taking a little money out of the Beezy pocket.
Thank you for the 9-month resub, Calmer. But hey, everybody. Money's weird. Money is a strange time for money. Money is a strange time.
Hey.
Time is weird, and so is money.
Does money equal time? That's the transitive property. What we're getting at is...
There's a lot of other ways you can support the show, and we appreciate them so much. You can make a clip. Clips are awesome, and they help us to remember what we did on the internet and help other people to check out the show in little bite-sized pieces. You can share that clip on your social media if you want to.
Yeah.
You can share it with a friend that you think would like the show. That's an excellent way to support us, and we appreciate it so much when we do.
Yeah.
We are grateful. We're thank you. Make a meme
Make
or something.
Meme. Just tweet that you like the show. Tweet when the show goes live.
Yeah, you can meme on us.
Hey, dunk on us with those memes.
Another sub from Gigaloop. Thank you for that Prime sub. Thank you for taking a little money out of the BZ's pocket.
Aw, Pets for Dagger.
You can join the Discord. Being a part of our community also helps us to keep making things. Knowing that we have a community that wants to watch them and receive them, that's why we make a show.
That's
That's
why
how
we
we
make
do
a
it.
show. Hey, and if you're like, hey, the show's ending, what do I do now? Hey, you can follow me everywhere on the internet at Carboni, except for
sure
here on Twitch, where I'm at Anthony Carboni. Twitch, you cowards, it's mine. Give it back to me. I'm currently playing through the entire Legend of Zelda series. Every single game. Today is going to be a particularly bad day for me because thanks to the horrible generosity of my community, I am going to be playing one of the CDI Legend of Zelda games. I'm going to play Zelda: The Wand of Gamelon. It's going to be terrible. It's going to start at 4 p.m. Pacific. Please be there. You can also catch out.
Woo!
You can also catch me outside.
How about that?
How about that? You can catch my science comedy podcast with Jeff Kanata. It's called We Have Concerns. I think it's a pretty good time. And you'll learn something, and you'll laugh, and you'll cry. It's so many emotion. WeHaveConcerns.com is where you find that.
And hey, I'm on the internet too, if you're into that sort of thing. I'm live on my channel every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Tonight we continue Resident Evil. I will be live at like 6-ish Pacific. But before that, I'm going to be over on Smosh Games. I convinced them to let me do Sims. Me and Courtney love The Sims very, very much. And we're going to build out our cast as The Sims. And then we're going to keep them like a class pet that everybody can check in on.
Who are you going to put in the pool and remove the ladder?
Only one way to find out. Take your guesses, but I'll be live over there at 3 p.m. Pacific. And yeah, that's my stuff. Tomorrow I'll be on the D&D channel for the Black Dice Society. Friday we'll be right here for Failed Save. Come and join us.
It's a good show.
It's a good show, and some shit is going down right now.
Some shit is going down. Look, it's a very good D&D show. It's a very good comedy show. It's a very good drama show. Listen, I don't say this very often about myself or us, but we're fucking killing it on that show.
It's pretty good.
It's fucking, and if you want to catch up, it's available as a podcast. It's available on our YouTube channel. It's very good.
All right. Well, take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll see you very soon.
Bye, BBs. We love you.